how to organize a room that drives you crazy. Listen up. Welcome to the Best Years Podcast. This is Dr. Darlene at whatstopsyou.com, speaking to Generation X and baby boomers who want more. I'll share power, skills, and tools with you to get your mojo back on a conscious and unconscious level. Be ready for real and lasting change. Good morning. Oh, I have to clean my room up. Blah. Okay. I'm in my office / guest room, and I had a guest and didn't do the bed yet. And I have bed hair, which I'm so famous for. And you can check this podcast out on my YouTube video too to see how beautiful it is. With no makeup, everything's unorganized. I just feel like I just can't do anything. Well, that's not true. Because today we are going to talk about how to clean a room. And we're going to use the model of my daddy, who is my hero and my favorite person. He's passed last year, very sad. And my hair really does look frightening. I'm just going to go like this to make it more. There. Ha! Now you'll really pay attention, won't you? How am I going to get organized if I'm not organized now? How am I going to make me look better? How am I going to clean my room? How am I going to do it? I have so much stuff and I want to keep everything. And so as we quote my dad in his model, you're going to love this because it's wonderful. Oh, it's wonderful how to do it. It's so easy. It's 4 steps. I don't care what room you have. It's 4 steps-ish. So let's get going. Surefire ways to organize that room. And let's see, I've got notes here too. So in my ebook, Time Equals Money, yes, best ever. Can you see that one? We've done a lot of podcasts on that, going through it, and it's quite useful. So let's get going here. Mental organization is the cool key, isn't it? Mental organization, that's a whole nother topic. So if you have peace of mind and you're mentally organized with your day timer, then you're happy and it makes you produce more. But what happens about your room? Have you ever thought about the fact that you should get dressed when you make sales calls? Have you heard that before? It's a true thing. I teach that. And we want to be able to be organized in our mind and our life and make our bedrooms clean and our cars clean. You can tell more about a person if their car's clean and if their bedroom's clean or organized. If you're going on a date, have him pick you up before he cleans his car and see what it looks like. It's a surefire way to know. So let's talk about the categories of cleaning a room. Let's just get to this. Are the items in place or are they out of place? Well, they're probably out of place. Are they necessary or can someone other than you use them? That's a question. And do you want to throw them away? So the first category we have here is a number 1. Now, my dad's process is we have a 1, 2, 3, and a 4. What we're going to do is go through this really quickly. A number 1 is a working 1. I'll explain it. It works. A 2 is a terrible 2. It's a 1 that's out of place. Hear me out. A 3 is, hey, it's not for me. It's really cool, but it's not for me. And number 4 is out the door, garbage. Oh, I love that. I love to chuck things and throw them away. So 4 is out the door. So what you do is you go in your room and first thing you do, depending on how bad it is, and especially if it's a child's room, you can teach this to your children. This is so great to teach to your children. You say, oh, we're going to do the 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to have gunny bag. If some of you remember that from a long time ago, gunny bag, gunny bag, gunny bag. We're going to swallow your toys if you don't pick them up, so put them away. Gunny bag, gunny bag. So you have a garbage sack and it eats things, but we're only going to put in things that it wants to eat, at least to start, if you follow along with me, children. So we go in a room. If it's seriously, let's talk about a child's room first. If it's seriously pretty intense, then what we want to do is start by putting all the books over here. All the dirty clothes over there. All the toys over here. And it's kind of fun to do that with your kids. It's actually kind of fun to go through and literally throw all the toys just in that corner. We're not cleaning anything up yet. We're not getting rid of anything. We're just organizing to start. So you do that to start. Now that you have piles, you go through the 1, 2, 3, 4. And you say, a working one is in its place. It has a life cycle. Let's look at the life cycle of a sock. It goes on your foot, goes into the dirty wash basket, into the washer, into the dryer, into the basket to be folded, into your drawer, onto your foot, into the washer, and the cycle continues. And that's a working one sock. I know. It has a life. So everything in your room is a 1, 2, 3, or 4. A 1 is a working one. Is it in place? Then let it be. Yay. So that's the correct way. Terrible 2s. Terrible 2s. Terrible 2s are items that are out of place. They're evil and they scare you. If your sock is on the floor, it's a terrible 2. 2s are frustrating and seem to multiply. They multiply exponentially if you're not on top of it. Terrible 2s, and there's these, I call them ghoulies. They're corners in your room that you don't pay attention to, and they just get stuff in them, like between your dresser and the corner. I know, right? And you think, I'll put an umbrella there, and I'll put a broom there, and I just kind of, my sock went over there. So that's a terrible 2 in the ghoulie sections. So on your piles that you have with your kids, they're all terrible 2s because they're in a pile. Where are we going to put this? And you make it a working one. Oh, but I don't really like it. But Tommy might like it, so I'm going to give it to him. So now you have a box. Now hear me out. At the end of this very, very short video and podcast, I'm going to tell you what to do to prepare for this day. And it's really super easy. It's a Walmart trip. So now we have this 3. It's not for me, but it's for Tommy. So we're going to put it in the box that is, we call it Desert Industries. We call it the Veterans, or the whatever. They come and they gather your things and resell them, clean them up. So those are 3s, not for me. Or is it a 4? This is garbage. Out it goes. And you just go through this process and then your room is clean. So how do we start this? You get working 1s don't need anything. Terrible 2s, you're just going to put them away. And 3, you need a DI, let's call it a DI box, Desert Industry box. And a 4 is garbage sack. So now you've got those 4 things, and you go through all of them, all the piles, and you put them in, and then your room is clean. Oh my gosh. You go in your kitchen, same thing. It's a working 1. It's good. A terrible 2. I came in this room today, and there's just a lot of 2s going on. There's just 2s everywhere. And I just thought I wouldn't clean it up so that you could see what it looks like when there's a 2 explosion. Yet everything has a place, almost. And in its place it will be as soon as I am done with this video and podcast. Love, love, love the 3s, because I may not need this bowl in my kitchen, but someone else might. And then you put it in the box, and then you build that box up, and then you take it to deliver. And a 4 is out the door. Oh, it's my favorite thing. My daddy used to say, if you throw it away, you don't have to put it away. I know, right? So if you just throw it away, look, just throw this away. And then I never have to put it away again. And so when, hoarding's a different thing. It's more of a mental issue. But if you're hoarding not with a mental issue of scarcity and all that, and you just tend to not want to throw it away because it's sentimental and you just can't quite know what to do with it, just realize that many times, love this, you can take a picture of your blanket and then give it to the homes or Salvation Army. Or sometimes it's kind of tattered and you're going to throw it away. But you have a picture of it. How cool is that? To have a picture. And then you could have a file in your albums in your phone for memorabilia or memories. And so you can do all sorts of things with the 3 is not for me, or the 4 it's out the door, and still have the memory and the sentimental about it. It's so awesome. There's so much more I could say. I could honestly do workshops for a really long time on this. So as soon as we hang up, make sure you make your bed. And hey, get in the shower and comb your hair. Here's Tinkerbell. Come here, Tink, with your little chains. Come here. And you can groom your dog, and you can wash your dog, and get everything ready, and make sure your car is just so wonderfully working one, and have a working one life. And A working one life makes your life work. So have fun with 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4. You're not out the door. You're just not in the right place. So I'm going to put you in the right place, and that would be over here. Have a great, wonderful rest of the day. You can do it. You can do it.
If you like what you've heard, please subscribe to my channel so we can hang out. Also go to www.whatstopsyou.com for notes to this podcast and learn more power skills to indeed live the best years of your life.